In February 2023, amidst controversies surrounding his involvement in the cryptocurrency exchange, FTX, and a multi-million-dollar divorce with Brazilian model Gisele Bündchen, NFL superstar Tom Brady announced his retirement. After all these events related to his personal and financial life, how are his savings for retirement looking? How has Brady handled his investments to get to this point? And most importantly, how can you invest like this star? Welcome to Stonk Pickers. Let's delve deeper into this famous American icon's capital allocation and how you can invest like him. Before we start the video, it's worth noting that our content doesn't aim to recommend buying or selling any securities. Our goal is simply to understand this sports icon's portfolio and relate it to the alternatives available in capital markets. That being said, let's get to the good stuff. On February 1, 2022, after 3 seasons as quarterback for the Buccaneers, Brady announced his retirement for the first time. This decision was reversed 6 weeks later, citing unfinished business as the main motivation. Exactly 1 year later, on February 1, 2023, after completing his 23rd season and turning 45 years old, Brady declared the end of his career with a small video on social media.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first.
This time, however, he says it's forever. He made his Super Bowl debut as a quarterback in 2002 and won 6 titles with the New England Patriots, earning his last Super Bowl ring playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2021. Brady leaves the NFL as a 7-time Super Bowl champion and holds records for yards and touchdown passes. And with his career as an athlete now over, Brady retires to various other projects, including a 10-year contract with Fox Sports worth $375 million. There's no doubt about the athlete's success on the field, but what about finances? With a net worth estimated at over $250 million at the time of his divorce and with a lot of value associated with his name and career, Brady is an avid investor and was involved in one of the largest crypto earthquakes in the world, which we can't neglect to mention in this video. Brady was the holder of 1.1 million ordinary shares of this brokerage, which was valued at $32 billion. Basically, in early November 2022, rumors surfaced that FTX was pledging its own loans and even its clients' money in its own cryptocurrency, FTT. This is similar to what banks do when they make loans backed by their clients' deposits. The difference is that the company not only performed these operations, but also converted its clients' tokens into its own to leverage its business even further. The rumors proved to be true, which led to a bank run of customers wanting to withdraw their assets as quickly as possible. The brokerage left a hole of approximately $10 billion, impacting more than 5 million customers worldwide. As a result, the brokerage, which was once one of the largest in the world, now has its bankruptcy petition filed and is unable to make withdrawals. And Brady probably lost all the value invested in the asset. Yeah, this wasn't a stonk. That's why it's always worth reinforcing the concept of diversification, creating a portfolio, seeking profitability, and diluting risk. In this sense, an investment of Brady's, which leveraged heavily on his name and sports legacy, was his clothing brand, Brady Brand. Designed to be a next-gen apparel collection in Brady's words, he aims to make this brand similar to what was seen with the Jordan brand, striving to produce high-quality sports clothes. The team put together to manage the Brady brand is impressive, with heavyweights like former DKNY designer Dowie Chow and Jens Greed as co-founder. Greed is also a business partner of Kim Kardashian and the mind behind her Skims brand, valued at over $1.6 billion. It's not every day that a sports legend retires, leaving a legacy and a story that represents so much more than the name itself. The Jordan brand case is a proven success story, representing a $5 billion revenue source for Nike last year. At the moment, the Brady brand is still operating independently. However, it's worth noting that the athlete has a contract with Under Armour as a sports sponsor, and that with his retirement this contract may end, opening the way for his brand to receive M&O offers from other industry giants. The Brady brand is a closed capital company, but there are stock options for you to invest like Brady, such as the listed companies. Nike, listed on the NYSE with the ticker symbol NKE, the company has been highly successful and innovating, particularly in the footwear segment, by increasing market share and establishing a closer connection with customers through direct-to-consumer connection, while expanding its loyalty program. Under Armour, listed on the NYSE with the ticker symbol UA, the company has focused on keeping its target customer in mind. This has reflected in a turnaround plan, encompassing everything from corporate culture to operational model. Additionally, it's worth mentioning the advancements made in recent years in terms of premiumization and brand elevation through brand curation. The brand seeks to bring more differentiation, with smaller inventories, higher margins, and greater perception of value to the end customer. Recently, Brady invested in A Round for Alt, which raised $75 million. Alt is building a marketplace where everything is treated as an investable asset, starting with collectible cards as a kind of proof of concept. The platform launched in 2021 with just sports cards and has quickly expanded to other collectible cards. Alt also runs its own market trend page, showing the fluctuating value of assets on its site. Soon, the company plans to use the collected data to launch a lending program, using the assets held by users as collateral to leverage their customers, something traditional banks don't do. With a unique business model like Alt, it's hard to establish parallels in capital markets. However, there are established marketplaces that can be considered somewhat comparable, such as the publicly listed companies. Amazon, listed on the Nasdaq with the ticker symbol AMZN, this world-leading company has achieved significant efficiency gains and expanded its business segments to include online shopping, digital advertising, entertainment, and cloud computing. The company has been outstanding in terms of long-term, robust growth. Despite short-term headwinds, Amazon has generally been consistent in delivering positive results and is at the forefront of major trends. eBay, listed on the Nasdaq with the ticker symbol EBAY, the company's main revenue streams are in the consumer segment. In a post-pandemic scenario, the e-commerce segment has proven to be more challenging, with a slowdown in sales volume. All of these factors combined make eBay a player with greater exposure to this type of risk, especially given its high exposure to international markets. Best Buy, listed on the NYSE with the ticker symbol BBY, the company faces the same problem of weakened demand in the sector as the electronics retail. Its main business segment is highly discretionary. He still holds a bunch of properties, as reported by the NY Post, a $26 million portfolio of homes from New York to Florida and even Montana, even after cashing in a profit of over $140 million in that asset class. And to wrap up, I want to share 3 fun facts about Tom Brady with you guys. 1. Brady is known for his philanthropy and works with various charitable organizations, including the Tom Brady Foundation. In 2020, he joined the All In Challenge campaign, which raised funds to help feed Americans affected by the COVID-19 pandemic. 2. The athlete is famous for his strict diet and healthy lifestyle, and he even wrote a book about his approach to nutrition and fitness. He even owns a company specializing in improving athletes' performance, TB12. 3. Tom Brady was born in San Mateo, California, and grew up as a fan of the San Francisco 49ers. However, he ended up playing for the University of Michigan before being selected by the New England Patriots in the 6th round of the 2000 NFL Draft. So, what's your take on Brady's investment decisions? Do you think he should have focused more on sports-related assets, or do you think it was a good idea to diversify into other segments? Don't forget to like and share, and leave your comment. What type of content would you like to see on this channel? Do you think Brady made good investments? Thanks for watching the video till the end.